If you got a printing job, you have two things to think about. What are you printing on in terms of printing on the paper? But are you printing on a budget? I mean, is there a budget you got to meet? Most people do. We have Michael here, who's pretty good at helping folks get the biggest printing bang for the buck. So let's talk about printing on a budget, but making that printing job awesome.
Yeah, I mean, cost is always a major driver for pretty much everything in our lives.
Sure.
The first one that I've got here, cost-effective paper.
Okay.
Do you want to print on our house stock? Do you need something really fancy? I mean, nowadays, some of the specialty papers are harder than ever to get a hold of, and they're expensive. And it's usually, in my personal opinion, not worth it. We've got some really good house stocks that we buy in bulk, literally by the truckload, store in our building. And the price point on that is usually like half compared to some of these specialty papers. So that's one. Gang run. So we're a job shop. We don't usually gang run a whole bunch of different jobs together. But for me, gang run would be, let's say you want to order business cards for everybody in your company, or you're in charge of ordering business cards for your whole company. Don't just send one-offs to us every couple weeks. That's going to cost you a lot more. You send me, let's say there's 10, 15 people in the office. Everybody needs a new business card because you have a new design or whatever. Send them all at once.
Yep.
We can gang them together, and then you're going to save money, or like batching them together, I guess would be another way to say it. If you have a bunch of postcards, even if you're doing postcards and you're trying to do a different postcard sent out to different lists every single month, if you are good at planning,
think ahead,
ahead, and you have all of those postcards designed together, maybe even for a year, we can print them all up together at once. You're saving a lot of money on the print. And then they're all done, ready to rock to ship out. So that's another one, gang run. Design for standard sizes. I can't tell you how many times people are designing something that doesn't fit nicely in our specs. And we had just talked about this 6x9 postcard. I can fit 2 up, 2 printed on a smaller, or 4 up on a smaller sheet, and then 8 up on a bigger sheet. But if you're 6.5, 9.5, you can cut the amount of times I can get them on a sheet in half. And we usually help people and tell people about that, but it can be frustrating if you've already designed a piece and you just absolutely love exactly how everything looks, and then you're gonna have to go make changes. So that's another one, efficient ink usage.
What's that?
Well, colors. If you're doing a large run and we're printing offset, it might be more cost effective to do 2 colors instead of all 4 colors.
Okay.
When I say all 4 colors, I'm talking cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and the combination thereof can print any pictures and stuff like that. Ink usage also is very important for us on a smaller scale. If you're printing something smaller that doesn't need any color and just prints black, that is a lot less expensive than printing 4 color if you don't need it to be full color. So always think about that. Black is the cheapest ink to purchase, and it's the cheapest to use. And if you don't need color on a piece and you just need the information to tell people, that is always a good quality way to lowering your costs. Butchered that. All right, larger runner batches. Basically what I said when we were talking about gang run, the more you can send at the same time, the more efficient we can print it all together. Overruns, that's just the excess. So when we're getting a job ready, we need a certain amount of sheets to make sure that the color's right. With digital, it's pretty few and far between, a couple sheets, but with offset, I'm usually quoting a couple hundred sheets. So per color, to make sure that the color's dead on when we really get to the bulk of that printing. So, but we're always printing overs, especially if we're doing a fold on it later, or we're putting them together in a book form. The last thing you want to do is mess up a bunch of them in bindery, which is the last step of the job, and not have printed enough. So we usually have a decent amount of overs. So, just ask us that if you want those overs. A lot of other print companies will charge you for those overs. We do not charge for those overs. That's just us being efficient, and we had more. And, if you're going to use them and hand them out, I'd rather have you have them than just recycling them.
Yeah.
So that's another one. And then digital printing for short runs. If you're doing short runs, it needs to be digital or gang run on a big sheet together. The digital printers that we have are state of the line.
The quality looks great.
The quality does look very great. Digital printing has come a long way.
Sure has.
And, for smaller print jobs and quick turnarounds, digital's the way to go. Here's a bonus question that you should ask a printer.
Okay, what is that? What should you ask your printer?
I'm looking for high quality result, but I'm flexible on the paper and finish. Can you quote the most cost-effective option, including house stock or gang run pricing, and recommend a size that yields minimal paper waste?
That's what you should ask.
Boom.
And boom. And obviously you guys are going to have an answer for that
Yes.
because you do a lot of this stuff. So
We better.
So you know what? Here's an idea. Why don't you call these guys first? Call Michael and ask him that very question right now. How about that, all right? What's your phone number, Mike, real quick?
216-431-1757.
You got a printing job? Put your
Best foot forward for foot printing.
Foot printing. Always printing to do your foot printing.